India's biofuel drive towards sustainable energy and self-reliance. Introduction. India, the world's third largest consumer of energy, faces a dual challenge: meeting its rapidly growing energy demand and reducing its dependence on imported fossil fuels. With rising concerns about climate change, energy security, and volatile crude oil prices, the Government of India has accelerated efforts to diversify the energy basket. Among the alternatives, biofuels, fuels derived from biomass like crops, residues, and waste have emerged as a critical pillar of India's clean energy transition. The country's biofuel mission is not just an environmental agenda but also a socio-economic drive that aims to empower farmers, reduce rural distress, create jobs, and support the circular economy. Over the past 2 decades, India has launched multiple policies and initiatives to promote bioethanol, biodiesel, biogas, and other advanced biofuels, aligning with its climate commitments under the Paris Agreement and its aspiration to achieve net zero emissions by 2070. This article examines India's biofuel drive in detail, its evolution, policy framework, key initiatives, challenges, and future prospects. Evolution of India's biofuel policy. India's biofuel journey began in the early 2000s, recognizing the potential of ethanol blending with petrol and biodiesel production from non-edible oilseeds. The National Biofuel Policy of 2009 was the first step toward formalizing the sector. However, implementation challenges like feedstock shortages, lack of incentives, and technological bottlenecks limited progress. To overcome these hurdles, the government introduced the National Policy on Biofuels, 2018, which set ambitious targets, expanded feedstock availability, and encouraged advanced biofuels. The policy was further revised in 2022, advancing ethanol blending targets and strengthening incentives for investors. Key highlights of India's biofuel policy framework include: Ethanol Blending Program, EBP, to blend ethanol with petrol, reducing fossil fuel dependence. National Biodiesel Mission, promoting biodiesel from non-edible oilseeds and used cooking oil. Govardhan Scheme, converting cattle dung and organic waste into compressed biogas, CBG. Satat Initiative, 2018, Sustainable Alternative Towards Affordable Transportation, promoting CBG plants through private sector participation. National Bioenergy Mission, supporting biomass-based power and cogeneration. Ethanol Blending Program, the flagship initiative. The Ethanol Blending Program, EBP, is at the heart of India's biofuel strategy. It aims to blend ethanol with petrol to reduce carbon emissions, cut crude imports, and provide remunerative prices to farmers. Progress so far. In 2013-14, India's ethanol blending level was just 1.53%. By 2020-21, it reached 8.1%. In 2022, the government achieved 10% blending ahead of schedule. India has now advanced its 20% blending target, E20, from 2030 to 2025 to 26. Feedstocks for ethanol. First generation, 1G, sugarcane juice, molasses, damaged food grains, surplus rice. Second generation, 2G, agricultural residues, linocellulosic biomass. Third generation, 3G, algae-based biofuels, still at research stage. The policy allows ethanol production from multiple feedstocks, ensuring flexibility in year-round supply. This not only reduces the sugar industry's dependence on exports but also utilizes excess food grains. Benefits of ethanol blending. Environmental. Reduces greenhouse gas emissions by 30 to 50% compared to petrol. Economic. Saves foreign exchange. In 2021 to 22 alone, 10% blending saved around $2.7 billion in oil imports. Agricultural. Provides farmers with additional income through assured procurement of crops for ethanol production. Biodiesel development in India. While ethanol blending has seen strong momentum, biodiesel adoption remains modest. Biodiesel can be produced from non-edible oilseeds, like jatropha, karanja, animal fats, and used cooking oil, UCO. Government push. The National Policy on Biofuels 2018 allowed UCO-based biodiesel production. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, launched the Repurpose Used Cooking Oil, RUCO, initiative, linking restaurants and food businesses with biodiesel manufacturers. Oil marketing companies have established biodiesel procurement centers across India. Challenges. Lack of large-scale availability of feedstock, non-edible oilseeds. Collection and aggregation of UCO remain complex. Low public awareness compared to ethanol blending. Despite these hurdles, biodiesel holds potential for blending with diesel in the transport and industrial sectors, especially with India's growing logistics and freight movement. Biogas and compressed biogas, CBG. Biogas, produced from anaerobic digestion of biomass, is a versatile energy source. When purified and compressed, it becomes compressed biogas, CBG, which has properties similar to CNG. SUTET initiative. Launched in 2018, the Sustainable Alternative Towards Affordable Transportation (SUTET) scheme envisions setting up 5,000 CBG plants by 2025, producing 15 million tons of CBG annually. Public sector oil companies are offering long-term purchase agreements for CBG. CBG can be used in transport, industry, and household cooking. It also supports waste management and provides biomanure as a byproduct. Govardhan Scheme. This scheme promotes decentralized biogas plants in rural areas, utilizing cattle dung and agricultural waste. It supports rural sanitation, clean cooking energy, and organic fertilizer supply. Advanced biofuels, the next frontier. India recognizes that first-generation biofuels, from food crops, have sustainability concerns due to their competition with food security. Hence, the government is investing in 2G and 3G biofuels. 2G biorefineries. Several projects are underway to convert agricultural residues like rice straw, wheat straw, and bagasse into ethanol. Notably, Indian Oil Corporation set up a 2G ethanol plant in Haryana. Algal biofuels, 3G, still at R&D stage but hold immense promise for the future due to high oil yield per acre. Drop-in fuels, advanced biofuels that can directly replace petrol, diesel, or aviation turbine fuel, ATF. India is also exploring sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, critical for decarbonizing the aviation sector. Socioeconomic impact of biofuel drive. The biofuel mission is not merely an energy strategy but a rural development program. 1. Farmers' income, surplus sugarcane, maize, and damaged grains find assured buyers in ethanol distilleries. 2. Rural employment, establishment of biogas plants and ethanol distilleries generates jobs locally. 3. Waste to wealth, urban and rural waste streams are converted into valuable energy. 4. Health and environment, reduced air pollution from stubble burning through residue utilization in 2G plants. 5. Foreign exchange savings, substantial savings on crude oil imports. Challenges facing India's biofuel drive. Despite progress, several challenges remain. Feedstock security. Dependence on sugarcane raises water and land use concerns. Seasonal availability of crops affects year-round supply. Technological bottlenecks. 2G biofuel technologies are capital intensive and not yet commercially viable at scale. Investment needs. Establishing biorefineries and CBG plants requires huge upfront investment. Infrastructure gaps. Limited blending infrastructure, storage, and distribution networks. Policy coordination. Multiple ministries, petroleum, agriculture, environment, food processing, must work together seamlessly. Public awareness. Lack of consumer knowledge about biodiesel and CBG. Global context and India's position. Globally, countries like Brazil and the US are pioneers in ethanol blending, with blends ranging from 25% to 85%. The European Union has advanced biodiesel programs. India's biofuel drive, though relatively recent, is significant given its scale of energy consumption. By pushing E20, scaling up CBG, and investing in advanced biofuels, India is positioning itself as a leader in sustainable energy among developing nations. Future prospects. India's biofuel roadmap is ambitious but achievable with coordinated effort. Some critical steps for the future include 1. Diversification of feedstocks, promoting maize, sweet sorghum, bamboo, and algae to reduce dependence on sugarcane. 2. Scaling 2G technologies, incentivizing private investment in advanced biorefineries. 3. Expanding SUTET, accelerating establishment of CBG plants with easier financing. 4. Green hydrogen synergy, biofuels and hydrogen can together form India's clean mobility backbone. 5. International collaboration, learning from Brazil and EU, and building export markets for biofuels. 6. Awareness campaigns, educating the public and industries about biofuel benefits. Conclusion. India's biofuel drive represents a multidimensional strategy that addresses climate change, energy security, rural development, and waste management simultaneously. Ethanol blending has already shown tangible results, and with the push toward 20% blending, India is on track to save billions in oil imports while cutting emissions. Biogas and CBG initiatives like SUTET and GOBAR Dhan are turning waste into wealth, improving rural sanitation, and reducing stubble burning. Advanced biofuels promise to take India into a new era of sustainable energy. However, to sustain this momentum, India must overcome challenges of feedstock availability, technology commercialization, and financing. Strong policy support, private sector participation, and innovation will be crucial. As the nation marches toward net zero by 2070, biofuels will remain a cornerstone of India's clean energy transition. The biofuel mission is not just an environmental initiative but a vision for a self-reliant, sustainable, and prosperous India.